Hello everyone, thank you for providing us with a time slot. I'm actually together with my colleague Abdullah Mohammed Yusuf Khan, and today we will present a little bit, with our presentation we aim to inspire for collaboration among brands and factories for cleaner production. So, Solidaridad, we are an international civil society organization. We work in more than 40 countries, and the mission of our organization is to bring sustainability back in international value chains. And our focus is on the producers and small-scale farmers at the beginning of the supply chain to empower them and improve their livelihoods. Now, how this works? Oh yeah. So for sustainability, to have a sustainable and fair textile supply chain, several elements need to work together. For example, factories need access to technologies to improve the sustainable production, and good working conditions needs to be implemented. But factories cannot do that alone. For that, governments need to implement policies, and brands need to pay a fair price and have good policies and procedures to support their factories. So as Solidaridad, we work on different levels. We work with governments, we work with trade associations, we work with factories, and we work with brands. So we try to stimulate that collaboration and have a thriving textile supply chain. So I'm going to give you an example of how this can work in a program. Currently, we are implementing the Better Meal Initiative. This is a program in Bangladesh. We have implemented it before in Ethiopia and China, and also in Bangladesh. And this program aims to address the environmental practices of wet processing manufacturing. By doing so, also improving the health and safety of the workers, and working with the brands on due diligence practices and procedures. So a little bit about how the program is set up. We started the program back in 2022. We did an evaluation of both the brand and factory practices when it comes to environment. And based on that assessment, we started working with the factories and brands on improvements. So my colleague will tell you a little bit about what we are doing with the factories, but to give an example, we saw that some of the factories could improve their chemical management, and we saw that some of the brands could also improve their procedures and chemical management. So by working on this topic with both the factories and the brands, we aim to really stimulate this systemic change. And I think now I give the floor to you.
Yeah, thank you, Animik, and good afternoon, everyone. So my colleague already told you about, or briefed you about the Better Meal Initiative, which we are doing right now with 4 Dutch fashion brands and with their 8 supplier factories. So in the first phase, we have already done the baseline assessment, where we have tried to find out the gap in their environmental performance and also occupational health and safety. So during the first phase of this project, you can see that in the slides that there are findings which are very essential to address. There are several critical findings came to light. One of the most pressing challenges was the lack of baseline data and monitoring system. So in many factories, we have found that the data on energy, water, or chemical or air emissions, greenhouse gas emissions were either inadequate or entirely missing. So this makes it difficult for us to measure the progress, set targets, or ensure the compliance with the international standards. So besides this, another challenge was identified as there was suboptimal use of resource efficiency measures. Factories were not fully tapping into the opportunities of energy, water saving, or optimizing the chemical use. And besides that, we have also observed significant gaps in chemical management and safety. Factories lack comprehensive inventory system or proper storage or labeling or risk control measures for the workers or handling of the chemicals in their workplaces. Besides that, we have also seen lack of integrated environmental compliance and reporting mechanisms. Factories, not all of them were sufficiently aligned with the international standards like ZDC. You all know about this on chemical management. And also, there are upcoming initiative of science-based target. That is also, we have seen that most of the factories are not aligned with that. The targets they have set, it's not scientifically measured or calculated. So there is also a gap there. Lastly, we have also found out that the workers' training and awareness program were insufficient, and also we have not seen that clear policies are there to improve their or set the long-term vision for their cleaner production practices. So if we now go into the phase B of our project, or second phase of our project, which has been started last year. So in the phase B, we will focus on addressing these challenges with significant actions. So we will focus on the cleaner production practices, on energy efficiency, renewable energy, then chemical management, water conservation, and also wastewater management. So one of the first steps will be the policy and strategy development. We will work with the top management to establish policies on energy efficiency, water conservation and chemical management, ensuring the alignment with the ZDC and also SBTi. And also another new initiative comes up, that is science-based target for nature or fresh water. So we will align those policies with that. And these policies will serve as the foundation for the long-term improvements in the factories. We will also implement the benchmarking and resource efficiency reviews to assess each factory's performance with the global standards. So by that, we will help the factories to identify the bottlenecks or opportunities for improvement in the area of energy, water, and chemical, and we'll try to tailor the solutions for them to optimize the resource use, energy use, then water consumption, reduce the greenhouse gas emission, and also lower the operational cost. The main component of this approach will be the conservation strategies. In the morning, we have heard from our executive chairman of BDA that about quick win. So along with the long-term plan or long-term achievements, we also need some quick wins. So in this regard, during these conservation measures, we will not only establish the short-term plan with the factories, but also we'll support them to devise the long-term for them, and so that they can introduce or implement the cleaner production practices in their factory. And the second, then the next part will be the capacity development, which is very key, and we'll adopt the trainer approach, where we'll equip the mid-level management and workers in the area of energy, water, and also chemical management, and also workers' occupational health and safety. So finally, advisory support and evaluation will play a vital role in this phase. By providing continuous guidance and conducting inline assessments, will ensure that changes implemented in these factories will be effective and aligned with these global standards, and it will maintain the momentum and continue the improving their sustainability performance. So during this whole journey of our project, of our BMI project, the collaboration between the brands and factories will be very essential, and by working together, we can ensure the factories have resources, knowledge, and support. In the morning, we have also heard from our environmental advisor that they are working on putting the price on the water, then also on chemical management practices. You can see that from the government side or macro level, we also need the policy support to introduce these cleaner practices and make a business case out of this. Without any pricing in the water, we will not have any business case, and suppliers will not feel or encouraged to implement this kind of thing. So thank you very much for hearing us. Again, good afternoon.